All right, it is Monday. It is 1 o'clock. It is time for the Monday message. Holy cow. Family reunion was insane good. We've been just consciously working on the teaching, on the content at the conventions. Oh, there we go. Look less purple now. They changed the lights for a second. We have been working to create content that not only inspires, but information that tells folks exactly what to do. And we've been working our way there with the events over the years. And this event, I was just talking with one of the other top people in the company. We nailed it. I mean, we nailed it. It was inspiration heavy, information heavy. Everyone was excited and everyone knew exactly what to do moving forward. Man, the feedback I've been getting, and make sure you fill out your surveys when you get those surveys. Believe it or not, Andy literally looks at all that stuff. So he sits down with the top marketing people and they go through it. It's crazy because I'll get a text from him like, "Hey, I just read this piece of feedback. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Man, that's how dedicated he is to making the events better. He takes that feedback that serious." So what a crazy good event. Mike Leventovich's talk, man. If you didn't know how to recruit people coming from different parts of this industry over to our team, that was a how-to. That was an instructional on how to do that. Mike Guerra's talk yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday. The day when you're at corporate in the convention center, it's kind of like a casino. You lose track of days and time. Mike Guerra's talk yesterday, accompanied with Mark Aceta's talk on Saturday. I think it was Saturday that Mark talked, about not don't just be a salesperson. Build a business while you sell. Found just fantastic foundational talks. I could keep going. I keep going. I don't want to steal any of the thunder. I've got some guests on, and I've kind of spread out the kind of guests I've got. I've got people that are brand new. Got a couple in North Carolina that are brand new that came to the event. We're going to have them share their perspective. And that's important too. I was not on our team, but somebody on another team was telling me about this new person they've hired that they're crazy excited about. And I said, "Well, are they here? Bring them up to me. I'd love to, shake their hand and give them some encouragement." I said, "Oh, no, I didn't want to bring them here. They needed to work on their licensing and get their training done first." And I was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you put somebody purposely behind the learning curve 12 months? Why would you do that?" So I want to have a brand new couple on so that if just in case you were ever thinking that, you'd know that the right decision is to always bring people to the event. Brand new, not even licensed yet, not even finished pre-licensing. Absolutely bring them to Orlando. And then I've got folks that have been with us a little while, and then I got one of the OGs. So we are going to cover every base and share what we took away at family reunion. Now, here's the thing. If you're like, "Well, how was that family reunion? How's that going to help me?" Let me tell you something. It's like watching a movie. You ever watch a movie with people and they pick up something you didn't? Yeah, it happens all the time. Or they remember something you didn't. You go, "Oh yeah, that's right. I meant to make a note of that and I forgot." Here's what we're creating. We're creating your ideas, your takeaways, my ideas, my takeaways. And what is that going to create? Our ideas and takeaways. That's a big pool. So this is going to be very, very helpful. Actionable items. I can't wait to get into it. All right, let's get to our leaderboards and our information from last week. All right, all producers over 1,000. We're going to start with Andre, Sky, you got Ryan, Jude, Mark Hutchison, you got Dave O'Brien. I snuck in a few apps before we ducked out. We got Danny, another new part of the base shop. I was talking with her last week on the phone. I'm telling you, we've got some players coming in the base shop. Sabrina, we got David Fleming, Marissa, Mike Guerra, Jeremico, Tom Payne, Mallory Barnes. We got Kyle, Carlos. Carlos is coming up on Mercedes team. I'm telling you, Carlos, watch out for Carlos. I said that 2 weeks ago. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm just telling you, he's checking all the boxes. He will be with us in Orlando at the National Boot Camp. We got Jonathan, Rogers, and Kim rounding out the producers over 1,000. Let's go top five for the week. Top five for the week. Jessica Rasmussen We got Brandon. We got Aaron Wilson, David Helgeson, Janet out of Houston. Watch out for Janet out of Houston. She's coming strong. Here's what's crazy. Everybody had to leave early last week, so the week ended early. And look, yet still look at the numbers that people made happen going into conference. I'm just telling you. I love checking the pulse of the team at different key intervals, right? Like holidays. If a team folds up shop during the holidays, that I'm going, we got to get better at our culture. But when a team pushes and makes numbers happen in and around the holidays, I get fired up. That's what winners do. Same thing with convention week. Winners make stuff happen even in short time frames. I love it. All right, next piece of information we're going to share here. Top five. Oh, well, I explain now. I understand why some folks had some pretty big grins on their face at convention. I tell people every year, cram as much business as you can in going into a convention so that you're steady getting paid big checks while you're there. I'm just telling you, there's nothing like being in that environment and getting paid in that environment at the same time. No wonder folks were so fired up. Mark Hutchison with the number 5 deposit last week. Mike Guerra coming in at $7,501.55 deposited last week while he was at family reunion. So, hey, if you're out there and you're like, okay, I'm just getting rolling, what should my goal be by National Boot Camp in Orlando, October 20th through the 22nd? Your goal should be to get paid $7,000 while you're there. Between now and then, you can get that good. You can absolutely get that good. It's going to take a crazy amount of dials, crazy amount of activity, but I know you can do it. I've seen people do it. 22 years doing this, I've seen people do it. Nick Greco, big check last week, $10,548.26. David Helgeson, $10,963.46 last week alone deposited. And he is number 2 rookie in the whole company. Number 2 rookie in the whole company, all across all the alliance. Number 2 rookie in the whole country. I had lunch with him yesterday. Telling you what, he's coming. He's coming strong. Marcus Setta says he was a massive builder in World Ventures with those other guys. He said when he turns it on, hardly anybody's gonna be able to keep up with him. I'm like, let's go. All right, Aaron Wilson, what an awesome pay week for you. $15,985. So here's one of the things that I love about seeing big paychecks. Anytime you have a higher high, that moves your lower lows up, right? Think about that. As you keep growing your team, what happens is your low weeks used to be your high weeks. Aaron goes out and builds like crazy. She will go, oh God, I only got 15,000 this week. Normally my paychecks are typically around 26 to 27,000. But that's the goal, right? Make the lows lower as we make the highs higher. I love it, Aaron. That is awesome. No wonder you were so fired up, dancing on the stage, having fun. I love it. All righty. Next part of the leaderboards. Top 5 year-to-date producers. We have seen a little bit of movement there. We got Andre Lee now in the 5 spot, David Helgeson 4 spot, Nick Greco solidly in the 3rd spot, Jeremico solidly in the 2nd spot, and Adam and Cindy Burr still setting that pace. Way to go, guys. Recruiting last week, the base shop, pouring it on. We're going to continue to pour it on. My request to you is let's go. Let's build it together. We got to build this thing. Now's the time between now and National Boot Camp. Now's the time for you to recruit like you've never recruited before. Next leaderboard, or that's it. All right. So let me talk to you a little bit about National Boot Camp before I get my guests on. I ain't afraid of no guests. So National Boot Camp is going to be an event unlike any event we've ever done. You're going to be able to choose your own adventure in growth. That's what's so awesome. We have the giant ballroom at the Hyatt Regency. We're going to have main stage talks in there by the very top people. So you'll have a main stage talk by like Marcus Setta. And then after his talk is done, we got 10 minutes to get to whichever breakout you decide to go to. We're going to have breakout after breakout after breakout after breakout. They're going to be on subjects all over the board, all directed at giving you specific tactical training on how to grow your business in all the areas that affect your business. We got so much great feedback from the Friday morning breakouts that were available. That the whole think of this like that. Like if you enjoyed that, National Boot Camp is going to be a crazy impressive main stage talk, and then go to get the specific, whatever it is. If you want to learn how to work better with your spouse in the business, if you want to learn better how to do policy reviews accurately, if you want to learn how to be more persistent, you can go to all those boot, and then we come back to the big meeting room, have another massive main stage talk. Then we're going to go to, and you get to choose, you get to pick. We're going to have the agenda. This is the first time we've ever done this. We're going to release the agenda ahead of time of all the subjects, so you can hit subjects and times so that you can start planning your course. Like, okay, so after this main stage talk, I am definitely going here. You get your plan. We've never done an event like this. We have never done an event like this. I am so excited about National Boot Camp. If you haven't made your plans to be there yet, make your plans to be there. Join us. All right. So let's talk about last weekend. And here's what I told all my guests. I want to know what you took away. But hey, both information and the feels, right? What feels did you take away? How did what changes did you see in yourself? How did you feel coming in out of it versus going into? I know Matt's got dialed in stuff. He's going to do a screen share and show his notes. I've got brand new people. This is exciting. So I'm going to get going. First, I want to get on Anthony and Lilia Chavis. They are new in our base shop here, and I mean new. And Holly said we got to get them to family reunion. So she called them and said, "Hey, we got to get you to family reunion. What do we got to do to make that happen?" They came to family reunion. They are different coming out of it. I'm telling you. I after having lunch with them on Sunday, after seeing their energy throughout the weekend, just because I'm always out there spying on my people. I'm trying during the event. I'm trying to see who's leaning in. I'm trying to see who's excited, because that's who I want to spend my time with coming out of the event, because that's where the highest return on effort, energy, and investment is going to be. So, Chandler, can we pin both of them and still have me up? What I really want to do is hear from both of you guys. What did you take away? Chandler says yes. All right, let's go. I love it. What I want to hear is, coming into it, brand new. I mean, it had to be somewhat like drinking from a fire hose. But what did you take away from it? What feels did you have while you were there? He's gonna put me next to you guys, and I want to listen to you guys talk for a little bit, and I may pop in with a question or two.
All right, perfect. Thank you. One of my biggest takeaways was just coming in was just the culture. I mean, it really was. It was family. I mean, everybody was on the same page, listening, wanting to learn, and then coming from a different environment, stepping into that was just like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing out on, where I need to be. So it helped redirect our minds, most importantly, to let's get on board. What can we do to make this thing great for you guys and down to us, and much further other families we can get on board with this as well.
I love it. Lilia, what are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh. Like Anthony said, coming from where we came from and still kind of new in the business. I've had my license for a little under 2 years. So this to me, I feel emotional right now because it was like the excitement. I laughed, I clapped, I cried Saturday. I cried Sunday with Mr. Belair's, his testimonial. And it was just emotional. And I just think that this was like kind of the way when you go to a church revival and you just come out and you feel that spirit. It was the same feeling. I mean, we even had a hard time, as tired as we were driving an hour there and an hour back. We were still, when we got home, we were still talking about it. And oh my God, what's our next step? What are we going to do? What are the steps? Let's do this. Like whatever doubt we had before, that was totally washed away this weekend. So that's exciting to me.
I love it. And guys, that's why I say it's so vital to have people. I don't care if they're brand new. I don't care if they're still learning how to spell insurance. It doesn't matter. Get them to the event, because that's where they'll get that feeling. And feeling is what creates action. Now, here's what we get confused about. And this screws us up in sales too. We think information creates action. Information does not create action. Emotion creates action. The information informs the emotion on what to do. And so getting them to, you can't replicate the feeling of being there. You can't describe it to someone that wasn't there, in the same way that you can't describe the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls to someone that hasn't seen it. You just you can't, there's not words to get that done. So you guys definitely got the feeling of the event. Any specific pieces of information that you got? We're like, ooh, I need, that's going to be helpful.
Oh yeah. Especially I'm trying to think who it was. There were so many people, and like you said, the days run into each other, and I'm better with faces than names always. But just learning about how to work smarter, not harder. Make sure your personal. I like the which side of the line. How much percentage do you want to put in personally, and then having a team and the override and all that good stuff. All of that. I love information, and this was just for me. It was perfect. I took what I could take, and some stuff I felt okay. Some of it, but we never know everything. So that was for me. That was just awesome.
I love it. I love it. And that
Having
I
each
think you're
other's
talking
back.
about, I think you're talking about Marcus Setta's talk, where he had the, what percentage of your income is personal driven. That's the goal every day, is to move it further and further and further away from 100%. That's the goal. And having those visuals like that are so helpful to help us go, okay, that's why to build, and it's as simple as it is. That's the way we need that information presented. I give you 38 reasons, 38 reasons all the time about why to build. But that's when Marcus Setta puts it up like that, we go, oh, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there going, I got to get closer to zero. Why?
Right.
I got to get closer to zero because I'm getting further away from zero. If you know what I'm talking about, right? In fact, in a few weeks, I'll be another number further away from zero. So I got to get closer to zero. I love what Garrett said. He said, "Dear God, don't be a final expense lead when you still have to sell final. Don't be a final expense client and still have to sell final expense." He said something like that. I typed it in my notes. I was like, "That's Garrett." I love Garrett. His visuals are so strong. Anthony, I think I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Information?
Absolutely. I think the biggest takeaway though is you see the owner, Mr. Andy Albright. He just cares about helping the next people get successful. It ain't about him. He could walk away at any time and live his best life. He gets the joy out of helping the next people become the next Davies, the next the Mathis,
Dream team, the next, all that.
the platform is there, the backing is there for each and every one of us to take advantage of this and do something great for ourselves, the world, and communities.
I love it. I love it. Here's what's crazy, Anthony. This morning, he's doing a recruiting Zoom for Mimi Ramiro, who's on our team. Part of her team is Cleo Cook, and she's got a group of solar guys that are coming on, and Andy's on the Zoom with them. Like, that's crazy. Like someone that's
awesome.
Someone that's made that much money, he could get on his jet and be at the beach somewhere after the event going, I did my job at the event. But he's doing recruiting Zooms. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to winning with you guys. I'm telling you, once I got to know you guys a little bit at lunch there, I was like, now I know why Holly's so excited. Seems like we've been waiting for y'all.
Hey, we've been waiting for y'all too, honestly. So this is great.
And so just so everybody knows, they're also survivors of a company that I'm a survivor of. So we have a special bond, and we both like golf and the University of Miami football. So that also helps. Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys sharing. All right. Now I want to go on the complete other side of the spectrum. I want to get one of the OGs on. Jeremico is one of the OGs on the team. So the reason I want this, right? Brand new perspective is beautiful. I love the energy. And I hope you see why I'm like, I don't care if they're brand new. I don't care if they haven't even bought the pre-licensing course. Get them to National Boot Camp, because that feel, you can't describe it to them. You can't describe it to them like them being in a room with 2,000 people in Orlando going, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. So now we got one of the OGs who has been to goodness knows how many events. I don't think he knows, just like I don't know how many I've been to. But from your perspective, Jeremico, this event was different. This is what we've been working towards with the changes that we've been making with Marcus Setta's help. So from your perspective, having been to goodness knows how many events, what were your takeaways? What are you thinking, feeling coming out of it?
Man, well, so I'm Jeremico Edwards, director Stephen Davies. This has been the best convention that I can remember since before COVID, like before everything got shut down. This right here has been the best convention. I'm talking like 2018, 2019. The amount of teaching, like now, again, I don't know if it's because of where I am in business or is it really just the best convention that we've had since 2018. I'm not sure of which one. I don't really care which one. All I know is this convention has changed me forever. Like the amount of information, like just the little nuggets and all the nuts and bolts that people go and they go, if I could just get this in line, my business will take off. All the this in line, I got a lot of this in line. Like I'm thinking, if I could just get this will change my business. If I can get this will change my business. From recruiting to production, from side conversations with winners, just like you were saying, like Erin Wilson's paycheck. She was fired up. She gave me a tip on certain policies, and she was just we were both talking about how our paychecks have increased and how how we can't settle again for lower paychecks. So just the exchanging of the minds. And one thing that hit me this weekend, it humbled me because, we'll sit here in my office and I'll have agents and we'll be dialing. And at that time, I represent the alliance. But when you get your people to these conventions and to see my new directs, to see their eyes, like to talk to Shonda, Antonio, and Kevon, and they're like, their lives are forever changed from here forward because of the push that I gave them to get to the convention. It made me realize that the bigger picture, like the bigger team, is more important than me. So like I'm important, right? I represent the alliance, like when we're at our dial sessions and I'm local, but like the bigger team, I couldn't give them what the bigger team gave them this weekend. Like I can't give it to them. And so these conventions are so important. It's like I'll pay and I'll invest whatever I need to get everybody I need to this next boot camp, because the bigger team is more important than me. So it's like if you're like hoarding your team and going, if I don't know it, nobody knows it. Trust me. If you would have had your team, whoever you would have had at this family reunion this past weekend, it would have changed their life. And they've done more. This family reunion has done more for my team than I could ever have done. And so, man, thank you, Stephen, for pushing me years ago to get to my first convention. And thank you for giving me the tools to help other people get to their convention. Like I can make more money now, so I can invest in my team so I can get a lot more people there. And it's like, we got a goal of 50 people at this next boot camp, 50 people. And then we're going to have a boot camp in Detroit on the way. And it's like for these next months, we're pushing people to these meetings because now I got a new sense of urgency because I don't want anybody else to miss it. Like like the last talk I missed on Sunday is like, I was mad I missed out. Like every little time that we sat there, I felt myself growing. Every time that I sat in that chair, every talk on stage, I felt myself growing more and more. And I haven't had that feeling in years since I've been here. So whatever Marcusette is doing, whatever Andy's doing, whatever the top leadership is changing, I appreciate y'all because this has been the meeting of all meetings. And I know the next meeting will be fire because now everybody's locked in. We're all on the same page. Yep. We're all on the same, we're all in the same mindset. We all are trying to get the alliance to the next level. And so now that we're all locked in like that, I'm so fired up about boot camp. I don't know what to do. And me and Michaela came up with a plan. We said, Terry breaking that barrier. He broke the 4-minute mile, the first Black junior board member. We're going to be the first young Black junior board members. Like Terry got me about 5 years. So we're going to be the first young Black junior board members. So we're going to make it happen.
Better get it soon. Better get it soon because you ain't getting any younger, bro. Can you give just a quick 30 seconds why you got to have your spouse there?
Oh, man. So Michaela, so my wife, she didn't really know like her role. You know, we were trying to figure out some stuff. Like she was doing different stuff, and stuff like that. But now we're so locked in. She knows exactly what to do. Like when these ads come through, or when these indies, when the indie ad comes through, she knows exactly what to say to people. She knows how to meet people out and about. She's not nervous anymore. She feels well equipped. And so my efforts will be multiplied by having her there, having her efforts in the business because she was there to get the knowledge. Anything I want to accomplish will be multiplied 10 times, 20 times because she's there to help me out. And she saw different things than me. So like she got different ideas than what I have. And so when we put those ideas together, you got a big business.
Absolutely. That's what we call the power of 11. 1 + 1 is not 2, is 11. The power of 11. I love it. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, and you're right. We have not done anything like that. This is what we've been working on, man. I can't tell you how many hours the inner circle has put in getting things to create that feel. It's only gonna be next level at NBC at the National Boot Camp. I love it. All right, let's get some in between guys on now. So I went brand new. Went to one of the OGs. Let's go to Dave O'Brien. He's been with us first part of this year. Came to View from the Edge right out the gate, which again, you're looking for commonalities of success. People that come to events early, they win. Jumped right into estate planning without, just jumped right into it, which, hey, I love it, right? We're going to figure some stuff out. And he got a lot of stuff on estate planning this weekend. Has another set of seminars this week, actually. But Dave, just some of the things from your perspective, what did you take away? What was like, oh man, I'm glad I heard that. What if I had not heard that? That's the kind of stuff I'd love to get from you.
You said, Steve. Well, so first, thanks for having me on. And yeah, this was my second event. So View from the Edge was amazing. I mean, that really opened up my eyes to the business, to the company, to the culture. Loved it. I think what set last week apart for me was the knowledge that was there, the knowledge that was being shared. So when I was thinking about what do I want to learn when I attend, kind of had some ideas. One obviously was around estate planning. Like you said, I jumped into it. I had a set of seminars already last month. I have one starting tonight actually. And I wanted to take what I was doing and just take it to the next level. Wanted to hear what the folks around the country who had pioneered this were doing, and having that panel on stage Thursday, them being so open to taking questions from the audience, not holding back, sharing documents they were using, phraseology they were using. It was amazing. I wound up taking so many notes. My camera blew up from all the screenshots I was taking of the stuff they're putting on the screens. But that's exactly what I needed. I wanted to come back feeling, okay, I can take this to the next level. Some areas where I saw I could improve. Now I know how to improve them. Worth every penny being there. Additionally to that, I was thinking about wanting to start recruiting. So I have not done much of that as of yet. And I was blown away by how much information was there about how to recruit. And not just like, just some generalities, but, when Jason Mathis got up there, when Mike got up there, the specifics out there, they're sharing scripts, sharing ideas on how to develop warm markets and things like that. I love that. Give me things that I could steal shamelessly, put into place. That weekend, from my perspective, gave me all of that. And then lastly, too, Marcus said his spot on the program. You mentioned that earlier, that 0 to 100%, because I am a visual person. So you can tell me all day, here's the concept. You throw a picture up there and it just instantly clicks with me. And so moving the dial back from 100 back to 0 or 50-50, whatever. And like you said, just take it incrementally, just try to do a couple percent at a time. Made so much sense to me and really motivated me to say, okay, we got to ramp up this recruiting now and get things moving. So phenomenal program all across the board.
I love it. Yeah, the information on the estate planning, that is unique to our culture in that we just share information. Don't get me wrong, we just like any company, we've got some knuckleheads, right? The knuckleheads are made to feel uncomfortable by stuff like that because well, I don't want to share my stuff, right? But the leaders here, that's what they do. Here's exactly what we're doing. Here's the document I'm using for this. Here's the document I'm using for that. And when Mike Leventovich's talk goes on the Alliance YouTube page, watch that talk over and over. That was a how to recruit people from these different backgrounds. Yeah, incredible stuff, man. I know you're gonna light them up tonight on your estate planning, and I know we're gonna talk. I know we're supposed to talk. I know we're gonna talk in the morning about game plan on that next step. So appreciate you, brother.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
All right, now let's go to Utah. Y'all seen my travels to Utah. As we put my travels up, which by the way, we are booking more travel. I'll be out there. Let me know where you got new people. Where are your sharpest people at? Matt Albrechtson is the boots on the ground in Utah. When I met Matt, well, first when I talked to him on the phone, I was like, hey, he's got a lot of the markers, he's got the markers of success. I think I got an ace on my hands. So then I flew out there and I'm like, confirmed. All right, let's go. He's about to take it to the next level out there. So a variety of perspectives, a lot of different takeaways. Matt, what were your takeaways, brother? I know you said you wanted to share the screen and share some of your notes. I know you are a note taker, man. Anytime we do a meeting in Salt Lake City between him and Lane Ellis, it's just like note city. Like I'm like, I gotta be really careful what I say because these guys are taking some serious notes. Better be right. So
Yeah.
Matt, come on, man. Tell us what your takeaway is. This is your second big event. You came to View from the Edge. And by the way, guys, View from the Edge, it's because I was talking about this earlier and someone's like, we're not changing that. No. View from the Edge is going to be, Mark's got 100 and something characters to share with us yet. So the View from the Edge is going to be that same in your face, powerful self-development with the tactical in between. That's not changing. What we've been doing is working on the other 3 events to get them crazy tactical heavy. So Matt, what were your takeaways, brother?
Yeah, clear direction and clear vision. Coffee Anderson said, where there's vision, there will be provision. And I think getting my family behind that, so being able to bring that home to my nucleus, my family, and show them the vision of what I'm trying to build was absolutely huge, right? I've been a part of a lot of what you would call all stops, no stays, stepping stone, door-to-door type jobs where I've been really successful. And same with Lane, same with Jeremy, same with Luke, who have come to some of the events with me. This is a place that I feel is a home to build a legacy. Now on the screen share, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I was just going to show a picture of my family and why I do this. It's a legacy to them, and I got the clear direction of what I need to do. There's no excuses. I can prioritize and execute going forward, and that's where I'm at. It's time to work.
I love it, man. What were some of the specific things like, I'm glad I heard that, or I'm
Yeah,
glad I heard this?
yeah. Marcus said it. He talked about a pendulum swing side to side. He's saying recruiting, building, selling, production. You got to find that happy medium. You don't want to be going to one extreme or the other. Yes, we want to eventually live on passive income. Right now, I live on a blockchain investing income that I've built over investing door-to-door sales revenue. I have that passive income. I want to work on my personal production to balance that out and become a top closer, top sales guy in this business. And with that, I think I'll attract some of the guys that have done door-to-door sales with me in the past or telesales in the past, because the system works. I mean, you see a diverse cast of people who are winning, and you don't see that. I mean, you go to these events in Utah, huge sales culture here, Vivint, Hawks Pest Control, all these different companies. You see like the mold of what you got to be to have success. At these events, you see a diverse cast of people just crushing it, and it makes you feel inside like, hey, these guys can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, our diversity. I mean, is especially in insurance. I mean, you go to financial services conventions, Matt. It's the same. Everybody's there. There's one type of person. Where with us, I mean, we've got it all. I always tell people the $10,000 challenge. I'll give you $10,000 in cash if you can find a demographic that we don't have winning. I mean, that is how confident I am in the diversity of our culture. As we move into National Boot Camp, what are your goals? What are we going to try and get done going into National Boot Camp?
Yeah, we want to have boots on the ground there. I mean, people ask like, hey, why do you spend $2,000 to travel from Utah to North Carolina or to Florida? You put skin in the game. You say, hey, I'm committed. So I want to find those committed people that want to travel with me, have a lot of fun. I mean, look, me and Lane, Jeremy had a lot of fun at the first one, and then at this one, family reunion, me and Luke had a ton of fun. But we also put skin in the game and said, hey, I'm committed. Like, hey, we're going to do this. So
I love
I'm looking at 5 to 10 guys there that want to rock and roll with me.
All right. Well, I will do everything I can to help you get that done. To everybody, across the board, like we're all in on this next 90 days. We as a team, I know we can triple the amount of people we had at Family Reunion at National Boot Camp in Orlando. We do that. We put ourselves in place for the wildest, craziest fourth quarter we have ever had in over 2 decades. That's the kind of momentum boost we have coming out of Family Reunion. That's how confident I am in what happened this weekend. I know we can make that crazy, crazy lateral move. As a book, just to get everybody reading this book, 10x is easier than 2x. Dan Sullivan. If you haven't read that, 10x is better than 2x. That's where my mind and heart is the next 90 days. So I know we ran a little over today. I wanted you to hear from all my guests. And if you missed Family Reunion, get your ticket today for National Boot Camp. They will go up, I think, Sunday at midnight. The early bird price ends Sunday at midnight. Get your ticket. Hey, go grab 5 tickets. Go grab 10 extra tickets for the people you're going to recruit. That way you have early bird tickets available for them. I love what Matt said about skin in the game. There is nothing like skin in the game. I have never called a free lead like I've called a lead I invested in. I'm just telling you, I have never gone to a free event, a free, easy event to attend, and gotten what I get out of an event I invest to go. Skin in the game is so huge. I appreciate you sharing that. All right, guys, that's our call for this week. I'll be back next Monday message. I'm in the studio the next 2 weeks, I believe. I've got travel that we're getting booked. Tell me where you have sharp people. Tell me where you got pockets. I will go there and help get them committed to National Boot Camp. Holly and I are all in on this next 90-day run going into National Boot Camp. Come with us. Come with us. I'm telling you, you and I'll put our arm around each other in Orlando and go, can you believe what happened? Can you believe what happened? That's the crazy stuff we're talking about. 10x is easier than 2x. Pick it up, start reading it, start getting your mind wrapped around that stuff. Guys, Holly and I love you. We want you to win more than you can possibly imagine. Thank you to all my guests for being on today. Let's get out and rip the cover off of the rest of this day. In fact, rip the cover off to a degree that Tuesday is going to be begging to get off the calendar because it doesn't want us to do to it what we did to the rest of today. Let's get that much out of it. All right. Love y'all. Let's get after it.